Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Makazai. This is Trumpets of Zion. All right, I want to give all praise to the Most High through his beloved Son. Calling you negroes and indigenous, those indigenous not of Mongoloid or Spaniard descent, back to our God. Okay, we are the true chosen people of the Most High, the Israelites. All right, repent for the kingdom is at hand. All right, so I wanted to go into, the whole thing with Nick Cannon, and, the Desean Jackson and everything like that, because, that shows you how, we should have our own, because we've been talking, we said made the lesson on separation from the nations. And, if you can't speak no type of truth and you supposed to be on the hush hush, and if you say something, your job is in jeopardy or whatever, revenue you would have coming in. So i.e. the Viacom with Nick Cannon, he would need to have his own station where he can put out whatever he wants. You know what I'm saying? Even though they'll probably put, tides on that. But the point is, so things like this won't happen. But it also goes, to show you Negroes that, you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you still getting your check from your enemies. Okay, that want you to be on the hush, want you to push lies. Okay, like the biggest lie that the so-called white man that's in Israel today is the real Jew. Okay, that's the lie. Okay, so for him teaching the truth, he's gonna get hate. Just like we're hated in this truth. We bringing out truth. We've been telling people we the chosen people of the Most High. We've been exposing the Illuminati. We've been bringing it out. So it's like, for them, same thing with Desean Jackson, and that shows you, because even with NBA players, they try to bring out some truth. Again, you got to delete your tweets. You got to delete your, everything that you brought out and make an apology. It's always the same stuff. So you say that you're in slavery, so to speak, basically still a plantation. But you say some truth like that, all of a sudden, you gotta, I love what I'm doing and all of this. They make you apologize. Okay, but matter of fact, let me start off with this scripture. But this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 4 and 28. And it says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Okay, and Salakia, I'm holding the camera like this. But it says, strive for the truth until death. So, whether it's, until death, like being killed for this truth, or just when it's your time to go into the grave, you know what I'm saying? You spoke for truth. You praised the Most High. You made his word known in spirit and in truth. You know what I'm saying? So, that's why it says the Lord shall fight for thee. So if you got to speak the truth, you got to tell people I'm a Hebrew and I keep the commandments, I keep the Sabbath, and then they want to fire you. And this is just even brothers and sisters in this truth that, you can't get what you want at your job, and they're not allowing you to keep the commandments. And then, if you do something, you get some type of legal action, all of a sudden now they want to just fire you because it's a big problem for you to keep the Sabbath, or, you know what I'm saying? So, the Most High is going to fight for you. Okay, so you got to strive for the truth until death. Okay, so like, again, you can't just be, now I got to apologize to the Jewish people, apologizing so he can get back his rights from wilding out when he could just start his own thing. Okay, so, so Nick, if you listening to Sean, y'all should not be apologizing for the truth. Okay, so, let's get this. This is Zechariah 8 and 16. It says, these are the things ye shall do. Speak ye every man truth to his neighbor. Execute the judgment of truth and peace in your gates. Okay, so, Salakia. So, we're supposed to be telling the truth to our neighbor. Okay, so not hiding the truth. Okay, not lying. You know, like I said, like the world teaches that, you know, these people in Israel today, Israelites are the real people of the Most High, but that's a lie. All right, so from there, so for those that didn't see the video in regards to everything that's going on with Professor Griff, and I believe he might have said something like after that, but a lot of people have been talking about this, so I just got to the point of what was said.
So, and I'm in front of a room full of Jewish people. Right. And I'm asking basic questions, and maybe you can help me out. Right. So let's look up the word anti-Semitic. Right. Who are the Semitic people? And then we're going to get to the public enemy thing. Right. So I looked up who is the Semitic people. And there's a list of Semitic people, and anyone can do this right now. You can look up who are the Semitic people, what are the Semitic languages. Right. Has absolutely nothing to do with any white people. Right.
Yeah.
Not at all.
And real quick, because people don't know that Hebrew, you know, is an Afro-Asiatic language. All right, matter of fact, here's a chart. Okay, the Shemitic language family. Okay, so you see Proto-Shemitic and then the West Shemitic. Okay, you see how. Okay, so all of those, yeah, from the Shemitic line, but we know that, because yeah, Afro-Asiatic family is commonly divided into 5 groups, you know, Shemitic, Ometic, Berber, Cushitic, Chadic, ancient Egyptian were also of this family. Okay, so Asiatic. So even right here, you see Shemitic. You know, all these plate green, you know, Shemitic. Okay, which when we read the scriptures, this area was filled with nothing but black people. Okay, so yeah, when Ham, you know, you had the Ethiopians and the which were Babylonians, you know, Nimrod and everything like that. They controlled pretty much all of this. Okay, so and Canaan, you know, which was turned to Israel. Okay, and people don't even know that Israel is Northeast Africa. Okay, so the tectonic plate is still, might have to do a lesson on that, but the point is that it's still part of Israel, still part of Africa. Okay, and people thinking that because of what's happening now in the modern day time was always like that, which is false. Okay, and I don't want to hear anybody talk about, you know, how it is now, because first of all, the Jews, you had a bunch of Jews in Libya, Egypt, all over during the Roman Empire, you know, so, and living in Egypt during the Greek Roman Empire, even after that, then they was pushed more down here. Okay, that's why you had the Jews of Balid el Sudan, which is Negro land. Okay, you had the Kingdom of Judah. Okay, Wada, which is in Benin, which means Judah. So we fled from, you know, Israel and migrated all throughout here. Okay, and then like I said, I brought out the lesson on the Moranos, where we was in Spain and Portugal, and Negroes. Okay, Moreno, Moor, all go back to Negro. Okay, black, Niger, you know, like right here, Niger, you know, nigga, so to speak, which means black. All right, so can't get around it. So yes, the Afro-Asiatic, yeah, Hebrew is part of that. All right.
So in order for me to be anti-Semitic, I'd have to be anti-black man, anti-black woman, anti-black people, anti-Africa, anti-all of the people. Because the Semitic people are black people. So y'all get that clarity. We're going to say that again. Now, the Semitic people are black people. So I cannot be anti-Semitic. Now, what do they really use the phrase anti-Semitic to do? That's the thing. To divide us. Right. Why, and this is just a question that I have, and even coming from the aspect of if
the true children of Israel, if we're speaking of the Jewish community, if we're speaking of the Abrahamic faiths that Islam comes from, that Judaism comes from, that Christianity comes from.
Sorry about the volume.
Abraham. And we are all speaking of brotherhood and unity. Why is this division? Why is it such a problem? Why is there so much fear, specifically in the black community, in the Jewish community? And I'm kind of, this is a leading question which I want to get to, but why is it such a problem to speak the truth?
I think it's a problem it became a problem for us because of the propaganda machine. But it's more of a problem for them.
Right.
Because they've taken our birthright.
Right. They don't want us to be them.
Not deeper than that. They don't want us to be us. They don't want you wrapping your head. They don't want.
Wow.
Nah, they don't want. Now because you recognize.
Right.
And now they identified you. Oh man, Nick knows.
Right.
Who he is, and then now the flip side of that, you know they are.
Yeah, so and that goes back to Psalms 83. You know, let's get that real quick. So it says, getting to the point, verse 4, it says, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. Okay, so, and that's what they've done. Okay, you got your UN, you know, because as you continue to read, it says the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, okay, which Edom, Esau, is the biblical name of the so-called white race. Okay, so which is also stems, as you can see right here, Amalek in verse 7, which are fake Jews. Okay, so you're fake Jews. Okay, and you know, that's just showing you, you know, they have come together to take our nationality, to take our heritage. Okay, and yeah, they don't want us to wake up. They want us to continue to be black, you know, or claiming these colors as a nationality. Okay, they want us to continue to be in wickedness, not knowing that we have to keep the commandments, you know, via these religions. You know what I'm saying? All this kind of stuff, you know, instead of coming back to the truth. Okay, which is, taking back our nationality as Israelites. Okay, and like I said, knowing who we are. Okay, so they scared of that. You know, they scared of, we acknowledging, okay, we coming back to our nationality. Coming, and again, that's what the prophecy said. That's why, these fake Jews, when we were in captivity, the Most High said we would remember ourselves, which I'll get that in a minute. All right, but I was just showing you. Cause so let's see where.
Who are they? When we speak of, because this is where it truly is, and when we talk about the 6 corporations, when we go as deep as the Rothschild, centralized banking, those the 13 families, the bloodlines that control everything, even outside of America. When we talk about the people who, if we were truly the children of Israel, and we're defining who the Jewish people are, because I feel like if we actually can understand that construct, then we can see that there is no hate involved. When we talk about the lies, the deceit, how the fake dollar controls all of this, then maybe we can get to the reason why they wanted to silence you, why they wanted to silence Minister Farrakhan, and they want to throw that we are having hate speech when it's never hate speech, when it's not. You can't be anti-Semitic when the Semitic, when we are the Semitic people, when we are the same people that who they want to be. That's our birthright.
That's our birthright.
So our birthright. So we can't be anti-Semitic. Okay, when we are Shemitic. Okay, and again, I'm not really gonna go into every detail, but obviously, we know through via scriptures, you know, we was compared to Hamitic nations. So yes, the Israelites were people of color. Okay, and it's point blank period. So what I wanted to do real quick is, this is the Webster's Dictionary, 1828, and when you type in Israeli, let's see what pops up. Nothing, right? So even with that, the term Israeli is a new term. Okay, but you type in that Israelite and you see what it says. Okay, so which goes over people's heads. You know, they calling themselves Jewish. They're calling themselves Israeli. Their dress code is not ancient. You know what I'm saying? Black hats and you know what I'm saying? Where's that in the scriptures? You know what I'm saying? Dressing in all black and all of that kind of stuff. You know, they following after the Talmud. So, but that goes over a lot of people's heads. Okay, so in here, when you go into the etymology of Israeli, it says citizen of the state of Israel. Dropping down, it says it distinguishes the citizens of the modern state from the ancient people who had been known in English since 14th century as Israelites. So yeah, you know, so it's just showing you it distinguishes the citizens of modern Israel. So off tops, that's letting you know that the people in modern day Israel is different from the ancient people. That according to Deuteronomy, the 20, matter of fact, let me just get that real quick. Deuteronomy 28:64 says, and the Most High shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Okay, dropping down to verse 68, and the Most High shall bring thee into Egypt, which is bondage, when you read Exodus 20:2, again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. So, which, when you look that word up in the Hebrew, buy, it means redeem. And when you do research, you know that the fake Jews or Israelis, Jewish, they funded the slave ship. So how the hell are they going to be the chosen people when the chosen people are supposed to go on cargo slave ships? On top of that, when you read Deuteronomy 28, which is the blessings and curses that will befall the children of Israel, this so-called Holocaust or Holocaust is not in there. There's no chambers when you read, but it has everything from being called a byword and a proverb like nigger, coon, all those things that were called. Says we would, verse 48, we would have a yoke of iron on our neck. Verses 54, 55 about, you know, black on black violence, you know, baby mamas, you know, so on and so forth. All those things apply to us. Okay, so as you just bringing it out that, yeah, it distinguishes from the modern the modern citizens. Israeli is for the modern citizens, whereas Israelite is for the ancient. So you see why we call ourselves Israelites, because yeah, that's our rightful title. Okay, a Jew, one of people of ancient Israel, descendant of Israel or Jacob. All right, so like I said, yeah, you shouldn't be ashamed or fearful, rather, you know, and saying what you're saying, and then you gotta apologize. But this is also from a dictionary, pretty much going into the same thing. As you can see, Israeli, it says an inhabitant of the state of Israel. Okay, whereas an Israelite, a descendant of Israel or Jacob. Okay, one of God's chosen people. All right, so yeah, so that's it, and this is what these people want. You know, that's why this post right here I made, it said ironic because the imposters want the real Jews sleep. Okay, because I said this picture came with a message, but it was irrelevant to me, so I didn't add it. What I got out of the picture, though, that it's ironic that a real Jew is sleeping on an imposter, white Jewish Israelite, Revelation 2:9 and Ezekiel 36:5. You can see his yarmulke, as you see the yarmulke right there. Cause he won't tell him he's a Jew because they want the real Jews sleep. real Jews, Israelites, sleep. Okay, but they can't stop us from waking up. Okay, like I said, matter of fact, let me get that. So this is Baruch. Get to the point. It's the book of Baruch, chapter 2 and 29. It says, or verse 28, it says, and thou spakest by thy servant Moses in the day when thou didst command him to write the law before the children of Israel, saying, if ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I scattered them. Okay, so that's what happened to us. We just read it in Deuteronomy 28 as well. Okay, verse 30, it says, for I knew that they would not hear me because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves. Okay, and that's what we're doing, this great awakening. Okay, us acknowledging our acts against the Most High, which is our sins against the Most High. Further taking back our nationality, because it says, and shall know that I'm the Most High their power, for I will give them a heart and ears to hear. And that's what which the heart is your mind. Okay, but we're hearing this knowledge, we're hearing the truth. Okay, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity. That's what we're doing now, giving all praises to the Most High for allowing us to wake up and understand what's going on before his son comes back, so we can receive that salvation. All right, but it says, and think upon my name and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds. Okay, so yeah, our wicked deeds like Christmas, Halloween, 4th of July, all these wicked eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, all of those things. If you was gang banging, whatever, you know what I'm saying, you was committing adultery, all that kind of stuff, wicked deeds. All right, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which is our culture. Okay, so that's what's happening, a great awakening, remembering our culture, remembering the law, statutes, and commandments, the Torah. Okay, which sin is the transgression of the law, pursuing the 1 John 3 and 4. Okay, so before the Most High. So yeah, that's what's happening. Okay, so but they, like I said, they want to sleep. So show a few things. So okay, so yeah, like I said, so with Nick Cannon, you know, he having to apologize because he, you know, in fear of his job, you know, just showing you, yeah, like I said, we brought out the lesson on you know, separation from the nations. You know what I'm saying? We should have our own, you know, whether it's a network. Obviously, all this should be done in righteousness, but you know, even if athletes, you know, if you can't speak the truth, yeah, obviously it's been time that there should be a all black, you know, all Negro NBA or whatever league, like, you know, kind of like they used to. You know what I'm saying? So where yeah, you can speak out against atrocities without having to be looked down upon, or your job is in fear. Okay, so let me see. Okay, because even you know, Dwayne Wade says something, and he took down his tweet. You know, he was backing up Nick Cannon, and he take down his tweet. So it's just like, yeah, you can't say nothing. You know, no type of righteousness can come out, but yet they speak evil against us. Where is that at? Yeah, right here. So the Israel Moles criminal action against top rabbi who called black people monkeys. Okay, so this is how they feel about us. Okay, and I've seen so-called Jewish people doing blackface. Okay, a lot of racist acts have been done by them to us, even in Israel. Okay, so what, you know, whether people claim about the Ethiopian Jews, but not even just that, you have actual Negroes that came from America that moved over there, like to Demona, so on and so forth, that have been being oppressed by these damn fake Jews. Okay, but yeah, anti-Semitic, you preaching hate, you teaching hate. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the truth is the new hate. And we just said, speak the truth to every man his neighbor. And that's what we going to continue to do. All right, so let's hear Stephen A. real quick. Because I'm not going to play this whole thing. I'm just going to get this one little part from it.
Agreed with him a couple of times over the last few weeks, and I disagree with him today. First of all, he needs to understand something. What truth are you talking about? Care to elaborate? Because the Jewish community is saying that what Desean Jackson said is not true. And he was talking about them. So what truth are you talking about? That's number one. But number two, and more importantly, and this is where this gets deep for me, Max, I think that Stephen Jackson, his passion and his heart is in the right place, but he's veering away from what the ultimate goal is. George Floyd had this white cop keep his knee on his neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. For the last 2+ minutes, there was no response from George Floyd.
And it's like, just like him, matter of fact, let me see. Because you had this clown, Kareem, he spoke of Desean Jackson too. You know what I'm saying? Of all people, criticizes, Desean and Stephen Jackson for what they was bringing out. But as you hear Stephen Jackson talking about, the truth. Okay, well, just going into what I was saying was a cut. So let me show some further truth then. Okay, because we have right here Israelite Artifacts. Okay, so this doesn't look like the people in Israel today. Okay, so it says King Jehu, Israel leads a procession bringing tribute to Syrian King Salmanazar. So as you can see, negroes. So, all right, negroes. Okay, these are Israelite musicians. Okay, you see the here. Where do you see this today in the land of Israel? But you're so against the truth. Okay, and it's so-called anti-Semitic. Okay, this is Assyrian. A lot of these is from the Assyrian, Babylonian. Y'all can look it up yourselves. Okay, so but negroes, curly hair, curly beard. You know what I'm saying? Not looking like the people of today. Even this right here. Okay. And each one of those, we being led into captivity. Okay, so yeah, you can see that we are the people that have been led into captivity. Okay, so yes, that's the truth. Okay, and another thing is, okay, with the Desean Jackson thing is because a lot of people have a problem with that whole thing that it's been said it was said by Hitler, but whether it was or not, or some false thing, there's stuff out there. Now, you have the Black Jew, this book right here, The Black Jew, Germans, Nazis, and Nature's Other Creatures. And they have Hitler on the cover. Okay, this is the author. So so obviously there's some truth to that message. But also this book called The Nazis. Okay, let's read this real quick. It says, I'm going to just get to the point. It says, in one segment of a Nazi instructional film, right, the genetic heritage of the Jew is purportedly traced to Oriental, Negro, Near Asian, and Hamitic people. Okay, so basically black people. Hence, the film concludes the Jew is a bastard, which the scriptures tell you that in Amos that a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, which is Israel. Below the villainous title character of T.O.Z, a violent anti-Semitic melodrama spin schemes with a crony, Rabbi Louis. But you know, this is part of that book. Okay, so yeah, they're saying the Jew is a bastard. Okay, but the real Jews are basically people of color, not technically, you know, Hamite. You know, so but let's further show. Okay, so this is coming from Josephus. Okay, so I'm gonna get to the point. All right, so it says the greatest right here. So it says the greatest part say they were those Ethiopians whom fear and hatred obliged to change their habitation in the reign of King Caiaphas. So this right here says say they were those Ethiopians. I always bring this out, and then it's coming from Tacitus, the Roman historian, because obviously when we was in the Roman Empire, they came in contact with the Jews. Okay, so they would know what they looked like. Okay, so this is pretty much the same thing that was said in Josephus, but it says, many assure us that the Jews are descended from those Ethiopians. Okay, so we know Ethiopians come from Ham, so it has to be going into the complexion. Okay, because we was always compared to Hamitic nations or Africans. All right, just like we are today, the Black American, you know, the Negro, West Indian, you know, Afro-Latino compared to Africans. Okay, via you know, our complexion. All right, so that was pretty much the same thing that was spoken of, as well as right here. It says, in Egypt, therefore, this nation is powerful because the Jews were originally Egyptians, and because the land wherein they inhabited, since they went thence, is near to Egypt. Okay, so yes, this was said by Strabo. Okay, so which was a Greek. Okay, so the Greek Strabo, Herodotus, I believe his name was Aristotle. All of them obviously knew that the Egyptians were black, okay, African, but now this white supremacy got people think, oh, the Jews was white, the Egyptians white, you know, but the Moors are white, the natives is white, you know what I'm saying, or indigenous aborigines are white, you know what I'm saying. So everything has become, you know, white. So white supremacy, so which is not truth. So yeah, Stephen A. talking about, oh, the fake Jews don't, you know, the Jews don't see it as truth. So that just shows you got to tap dance, you know, not to be hated, you know. But yeah, the Jews are originally Egyptians, which again, they were black. So just same thing with the Ethiopians. I mean, being compared to Ethiopians. All right, so let me just get this real quick. So this is Jacob and Israel versus Esau, Edom, roots of the Middle East crisis. Okay, and just going real quick about the Zionists. It says the Edomites, having been absorbed by the nation of Judea in BC 126, were able to become pseudo-Jews in contrast to the real Jews, true descendants from Judah, by clever design. The Edomite Ashkenazim Jews seized upon the name Zionism to capture their desire for a Jewish state in Palestine. The Edomites were not real Jews descended from Judah, okay? They were clearly those identified in Revelation 2:9 and 3:9, who claim to be Jews but are not. Okay, Yahushua, then declared that they were of the synagogue of Satan, or what I call hating. Okay, because they be hating when we bring out this truth against them. By seizing the word Zion, the Ashkenazim Jews could elevate their propaganda to a new level and solicit worldwide sympathy for their return to Jerusalem. So yeah, that's why you say anything about these people, oh yeah, it's hate, anti-Semitic, you know what I'm saying, and yet, yeah, we must help the Jews, you know what I'm saying, which, again, showing you they're not the real Jews, because when they got back in the land, it wasn't going to be like this. No wars, no problems in the Holy Land, yet they doing homosexual parades and all type of stuff that's wickedness. When the Most High said he would put his laws in our mind, okay, and we was going to keep the commandments perfect. All right, so, you know, and it says the roots of Zionism run deep into the psyche of Esau, Edom. Okay, so that's a book y'all should check out. So, and another thing is, you know, it might have to do a lesson on Gentiles recognizing this truth, but, you know, there's a lot of people out there, whites, you know, African, whatever, nations, Gentiles, that recognize we are the children of Israel. So I don't know, what people are going to call truth, but if this ain't the truth, then I don't know what to tell you. Now, people that are not with us, or their nation is not with us, but they can come out and tell the truth, that shows you something. So, and that's why I said, if you are a so-called white person or another nation, and you bring out truth and you want to serve our God, I got no problems with you. Okay, so yeah, a lot of brothers, oh yeah, this ain't for you, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? I don't roll like that. Okay, if you a Gentile and want to cleave unto the house of Israel, I'm with you. Okay, so but this is what she said. She said, as a white woman, it breaks my heart how the true Israelites, black people, have been lied to and abused, even through the amazing genes to the intelligent on every form of you are God's people. Ain't no one else made like you. Please repent. Your Savior, Yahushua, will save you. You are amazing beyond amazingness. Stop following the path of these so-called Jews, which are not, who have tricked you as stated in Revelation. You are stronger in every way. May God bless you all. Please turn back in Yahushua's mighty name. Yahushua loves you so much. Okay, so yeah. So is she lying? Stephen A. and Kareem and whoever else, negroes out there that Nick Cannon, anti-Semitic, and just people even that come again, them black Hebrew Israelites, they preach hate and you know, make all type of videos against us. Okay, so let me see if anything else. So yeah, just show y'all one more time it's what the Jews look like, man. Still looking like us today. Okay, hair textures, all of that. Okay, complexion, all of that. All right, so let me see something. Okay, so I'm gonna close it out with this right here. Okay, and one more thing. So I wasn't really gonna deal with that, but as you saw the matter of fact, let me pull it up one more time. As you can see right here, you know, this Northern Kingdom. See, I wasn't even really gonna touch into this, but as you can see, the emblem of America. See the fringes on the side. Okay. So even with that, you know, showing the Northern Kingdom, which, you know, that's another topic of where Asareth is. You know, I don't want to veer off, but that's just something I wanted to show y'all. All right, so from there, let's close it out with this. So yeah, going to Stephen A. and all of them, but like I said, this is for Nick Cannon, Desean Jackson, you know, everybody else too, that celebrities that are recognizing that we are the true chosen people, you know, and whether they take this truth seriously, because the elect will be sealed when they favorite celebrities saying they're Israel, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case is, you know, whether they gonna go hard for the truth, and just like someone like a Brandon T. Jackson, you know, and not play around the fence like, you know, some of these other Kodak and, you know, where they was coming into this thing, you know, and Chingy and stuff like that. But, you know, this is the truth. Okay, but this is a cut for those hating on us. But I just showed you the woman, white woman that said that we're the Jews. So this is you know, a guy from Iran. Okay, someone that is actually from over there in the so-called Middle East.
Black people claim that the ancient Hebrews and Jews were black people, and Jesus was not a white man. Many white people come across and say, okay, Jesus was not a white man, but he wasn't a black person either, because he was from the Middle East, and therefore, according to them, he must have looked like Arabs. But this is a fallacy. Just because the modern population of a region looks like X doesn't mean that the ancient inhabitants of that region looked also like X. For example, look at Australia. Are white Australians descended from the ancient Aborigines? Or are white Mexicans descended from the ancient Mayans? Of course.
So, like I said, I didn't want to really go into that, but you hear what he said. You know, are the modern day Mexicans that's claiming to be Mayans and Aztecs, are they descended from the ancient ones? So
it's not. The Middle East is the most melting pot region of the world. There are black, white, brown, Indian-looking and Mongol-looking people in this region, all of whom claim to be native and indigenous to this region. But, and for example, in Arabs, there are black, white, and mixed, the so-called brown Arabs, all of whom claim to be the real Arabs. But which of them is the real Arab? The black one, the white one, or the brown one? The same goes for Iran. There are many different ethnic groups in Iran. There are Mongoloid-looking Turkmens, there are Indian-looking Baluch, there are native blacks, there are white-looking Turks, there are mixed-looking Kurds and Lurs. Which of them is the true Iranian? And unlike what the believers of the Indo-European hoax claim, the white-looking people in this region are not descended from the ancient mythical Indo-Europeans. These people are mostly Turks or descended from Turks. For example, here in Iran, up to 40% of people are Turks, and I don't know how many of them are descended from Turks, meaning are related to Turks. And the most white-looking people of Iran are mostly Turks, but there are also Russian, Georgian, and Armenian people too living in this region. And we all know that Turks are not an indigenous people to this region. They came from southern Russia and the Central Asia in recent centuries. And they cannot be an indigenous people to this region. The ancient inhabitants of the ancient peoples of the Middle East were all different types of black people, different groups of black people. Assyrians were a black people, Persians were a black people, Elamites were a black people, and Arabs, yes, were a black people. That's why you see Assyrians have depicted themselves with curly hair, curly beard, and dreadlocks. That's why you see Persians have depicted themselves with curly hair and curly beard. And even there are many wall paintings found in Susa in which Persians have depicted themselves with black skin, have painted themselves with black skin. So therefore, Persians were black people, not a so-called Indo-European. And I believe that Persians, Assyrians, Arabs, and all of the ancient inhabitants of the Middle East were an Ethiopian type of people, the so-called Semitics, an Ethiopian type of people. People like the Somalis, like Ethiopians, like Eritreans, like Djiboutis, like dark-skinned Yemenis. You know, they weren't white people. Why? Because the temperature here in this city goes up to 50 degrees Celsius in summers with a high intensity and a UV index of 12. White people cannot endure this heat. They cannot tolerate this heat. So they cannot be indigenous to this region. Because we semi-white looking people cannot stand this heat. We cannot go outside too much in summers. But how can white people be indigenous to this region? And I don't say this because I'm racist. As you can see, I'm not a black person, and I look mostly like whites than blacks. I just want to tell the truth that
see, he just want to tell the truth. Okay. So yes, that's the truth.
The ancient inhabitants of these regions, from Babylonians, Assyrians, Elamite, Persians, Jews, were all black.
So he already
Persians,
said,
Jews.
He said Jews.
The ancient inhabitants of these regions, from Babylonians, Assyrians, Elamite, Persians, Jews, were all black. Please stop whitewashing history. And by black, I don't mean the Bantu type of blacks or Khoisan type of blacks. They were an Ethiopian type of blacks, I think.
Okay, so, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously, yeah, we're Shemitic. Okay, we was compared to Hamites, so on and so forth. But the point is that even someone from that region is stating that we are, you know, or that, yeah, we are those people. You know what I'm saying? That the people during that time in ancient times were black people, point blank, period. Okay, so, you know, that was the lesson. Okay, so I hope brothers and sisters is edified. Till the next time, shalom.